You are listening to the Sauce Podcast, recorded live deep beneath historic downtown Seneca Falls, New York, in the FingerLakes1.com Stew Studios, featuring Dandy, Aaron D, Saucy, Yo, Media Stew, Tony Sometime, and now, let's get into
What is up? It's Monday, March 19th, 2012.
Wow.
And this is once again another episode of the Sauce Pod. My name is Tony Sometimes. It's episode 44, the Derek Coleman of episodes. And we're starting this one off with Dandy on the telephone.
I have to immediately go unlock the door.
I'm joined in the studio by Saucy Joe.
I have to go unlock the door.
Okay. And Dandy, Aaron D.
Yes, sir.
And Media Stew.
Howdy, y'all.
Quite a weekend of basketball.
Basketball was on?
Jeez. It wasn't much of a weekend for me.
Well, you didn't listen. You can't even take offense to any of this conversation because last week you didn't even know who they played in the ACC tournament, so you can't be that upset that they lost. But Dandy, our bet is like really just ratcheted up a notch.
I actually
Broken wrist, huh?
hate you more than life itself right now. You fucking talked me into picking Kansas State over Syracuse with that whole bullshit last week.
Well,
I don't think I would have picked them if you didn't sit here and talk about your own team playing a team like that. If you weren't saying that they were a good team, I don't think I would have picked them. Now I'm never going to listen
Kansas
to you
State?
again. Yeah, no, I'm never going to listen to you
right
again.
before the game, their power forward was declared ineligible, and then their best player turned his ankle in the first 10 minutes. So
You fucked me out of 2 points.
no, I don't think anything can stop Syracuse, but it's tough to analyze or predict tournament games because anything can happen.
I know. Oh, don't I know?
Yeah, like your starting point guard breaks his wrist. That happened.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough to overcome for
Yeah.
sure.
He still scored 10 points with a broken wrist. So he's fucking
But
fine.
North Carolina's playing Ohio next.
Yeah.
Syracuse is playing Wisconsin. But it's great to be alive in March.
It's not March. It's June.
Yeah, it feels like June.
It's at least more like May 19th for real. It's mind blowing, really. It's been 10 straight days of like just warm weather. And
It's unreal. I almost don't like it. I mean, I love it,
I
but
love
then
it.
a
It's
part of
almost
me,
too hot already.
Yeah, no, cool it down a little bit.
Now, some guy at work today was trying to tell me that some El Nino thing.
Yeah.
He says it's going to be like this for the next 4 years.
Oh, great.
well, that's true. There's El Nino and La Nina.
La
And
Nina,
they're
whatever.
just the jet streams.
La
The jet
Nina
streams.
is the female jet stream.
Yeah.
And it's the
Less
kinder.
strong,
It's the kinder.
El
jet stream.
Nino
Yeah.
is a male. It's more violent.
worse at science and math.
Well, she's fucking blowing us right now.
Is anybody coming
La
out there,
Nina.
Joe?
Dude, I love it.
No one's coming up. What that was about was,
Just a drop and run?
yeah, got a special delivery
Special delivery.
from our new
girl.
sponsor.
It's officially sponsored. Why don't you fill those listeners in on the our new sponsor, Joe?
Well, you guys may have heard of a little place called Bull's Run. It's a
Grill and Ale House?
It's a grill and ale house. Yep, that's the one.
Purveyor of live music.
And spirits.
Home
Beer and
of a
spirits.
wild and unlimited hot dog menu.
They have a wild and unlimited hot dog menu. Yes.
Woolly?
Well, I don't know about Wooly.
Formerly
wild.
Filthy McNasty's.
Hmm.
Formerly Flats Tavern.
Mm-hmm.
Under the Bridge.
Not technically under the bridge, but yeah, in that area.
On Bull's Run Avenue.
Yes.
On the Canal Harbor.
Yes, off of Cowing.
Are you sure we're talking about the same place?
I think we are. Well, you guys heard of that place? Well,
Yeah, if you go down there on the weekend, you might happen to see me filling the ice chest. picked up a new job Saturday.
Did you?
What? Filling up an ice chest?
Filling up the ice chest, or the ice wells, whatever the fuck they're called.
Nice. Cha-ching, huh? Lying in your pockets.
No, they cut me off because I had spent too much money, and I said, if I fill up your ice bucket, will you give me more beer?
What'd they say?
He said, yeah.
They said, no, but I'll do it anyway.
I started getting served again.
Nice.
So anyways, who's sponsoring this podcast?
Do you guys know who Rudy Hayes is?
Rudy himself is sponsoring
Yeah.
the podcast.
Rudy P.
Yeah.
Ringtone, as he's formerly known as.
It's like Rudy Hayes. We're now sponsored by Rudy Hayes, a Bulls Run production. Rudy Hayes is a Bulls Run production, but he is technically sponsoring us.
Yeah. He discussed this with me as that he was going to personally sponsor the Sauce Podcast. So thanks, Rudy.
So this is now called the Sauce Pod, sponsored by Rudy
Hayes,
Hayes,
a Bulls Run
of
production.
Bulls Run Productions.
Not the Sauce Pod, a Bulls Run. The Sauce Pod is not a Bulls Run production. Rudy Hayes is a Bulls Run production, and he sponsors the Sauce Pod.
Well, now we got to start pandering to our sponsor and doing things that he wants and not things that we want to do for our artistic integrity.
I thought that saying Rudy Hayes, a Bulls Run production, over and over like I just did was pandering to him.
As much money as I gave him Saturday, we don't have to do shit.
Right.
What are we promoting? Just stop.
Oh,
down and
that's
see.
why he said something to me down there, and I was like, "Why do I care about that?" But it was like he told me when some band was playing, and I promptly forgot it because it didn't have any importance to me. And now I realize he was telling me that because he wanted me to mention it as a sponsor.
We're gonna lose our one and only sponsor.
Do you know what's coming up?
No. Text me.
No,
Rudy.
I know the band.
I know you're listening.
You guys keep talking, and I'll remember. Fuck. He said there was.
Paulie always wanted me to tell you, Tony, sometimes that it's called fucking global warming. It's caused by using oil.
It's caused by using oil.
Not La Nina.
Yeah.
It's caused by using oil.
Yeah, it's gotta be global. There's no other explanation for this warm weather than global warming.
When's this band playing?
It's the only explanation.
Mudflap is their name. Is that right? Mudflap?
I don't know. When are they fuck?
I don't know. I think he said Saturday. Go to their website, dude.
Mississippi Mudflap? What?
I don't know if Rudy's getting much value for his sponsorship.
Well, I was
What are we even
totally
talking
not
about?
even in that zone where I was like supposed to recall what he had said to me because I was like, so what? That band is playing. All right. I'm not going to be there.
Thanks.
I can't do anything. I'm not allowed.
Well, we're really coming up on the summer of a good summer for Bulls Run. You know, that's a summer place with a back deck on the canal. They usually have a lot more events.
I can't
But-
find it. I
You know,
told you,
really,
Danny.
it's Rudy who we're talking about. Stop down and meet this guy, man. Great guy.
You
You
wouldn't
know,
believe it. And he'll tell you what band is playing
Yeah.
Saturday night for no cover. I think it was Mudflap. Hey, go to their website, bullsrungrill.com.
I'm on the
No, you're on their
Same
Facebook
thing.
page. All right, Dandy, I'll agree to disagree that the Facebook page is the same as their website.
it's their official website.
I hope you all fucking choke.
I'm just saying I know that website is updated.
I think it might be bullsrungrill.net.
It's not.
It's .com.
I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
.com.
See, I know my.
Can I?
I know my.
Can I
internet site.
taste one of those beverages that he gives?
I don't know. Have you ever drank out of a bottle with a vortex neck before? If you haven't, get ready to.
We've totally sold out for a 12-pack of beer, and
What
I'm
are
not
we
even going
working
to
with
drink
here?
one.
What does it say right there? What's it say?
It's updated until last Saturday.
God damn it, Rudy.
Foiled once again.
So, yeah. Thanks, Rudy.
bullsrungrill.com, a Rudy Hayes production.
Wait, want to call him and ask him who's playing?
You probably should.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I don't know if you guys heard about the gorilla that escaped in Buffalo today. A gorilla escaped from the zoo. Oh, get him on there. Get him right on there, Dandy.
We're getting him.
Put it right up to the mic.
You want to hear the phone?
Right
ring?
up, right
Yeah.
to the mic.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like
That prefaces a phone call. We know now.
Guess we can go fuck himself.
Who's playing?
Mugshot.
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 Ah, Mudflap. Same thing.
Turn the volume down.
Blood flap.
Yeah. When are they playing, Rudy?
Oh, he hung right up on
That's not important.
So, just for all you listeners out there, just so you know, Mugshot is playing sometime at Bulls Run.
fucking Mudflap.
You know, that phone call right there just shows what a great time it is hanging out with Rudy, man. What a great guy. It's like a nonstop party. sunrise to sunset.
With a vortex neck.
Yep. Anyways, a gorilla got out of the zoo in Buffalo, and I saw this story at about noon today, and I haven't followed up on it, but Stu's going to pull it up on the old iPad. But let me read this story to you.
Oh, I'm ready, buddy.
Authorities say a gorilla that had gotten loose at the Buffalo Zoo is now reportedly contained in a lounge at the zoo. That's a first.
It's a good place for a gorilla.
So the 24-year-old male gorilla Koga.
Whoa! I gotta finish reading this.
Oh, you're not done.
Yeah, no, I don't even know. We didn't even know the gorilla's name at this time. I want to take our viewers through
There's a timeline here.
how I was feeling at noon.
You gotta cue me, buddy. I'm sorry.
Buffalo broadcast media outlets say that the police are on the scene and the gorilla is in a zookeeper's lounge area. The reports say police have locked down the area around the zoo. Authorities tell the stations that the animal isn't a danger to employees or patrons. The zoo has a number of western lowland gorillas in its main animal building.
Extraneous information.
Blah,
right
blah,
there.
blah, 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 blah. Now, at this point, I'm thinking, if a gorilla had gotten loose and is contained in a zookeeper's lounge area, but then authorities go on to say that the animal isn't a danger to employees or patrons,
A
that's
gorilla
ridiculous.
is always a danger.
Not when he's contained in the lounge area.
They keep gorillas in
Dude.
with strong bars, and this one's in an employee lounge, and they're like, "Go about, the elephant exhibit's open. Why don't you, have fun at the zoo."
How did he get from his barred cage to the employee lounge?
Maybe he was looking
Because-
he was going on his lunch break.
Yeah, well,
What the fuck?
during that time, he was definitely a danger. From that travel from his cage to the employee lounge, he was a danger.
And then he was sitting on a couch. Definitely got in the fridge.
Banana daiquiri,
Absolutely.
hanging out.
He's going to tire
Banana
himself
bread.
out. There's no danger here for our patrons. He's going to tire himself out.
Oh, he's gonna eat the wrapper and everything.
We'll
That's
wait
what
till
you're
he
saying.
falls asleep. He was probably watching Magilla Gorilla or
Fucking
something.
gorilla, man.
In
Couldn't
there.
figure out how to work the remote. Smashed it.
Goddamn Animal Planet.
So,
That's all that's ever on here.
so when I know that there was some type of resolution to this situation, Stu. What ended up happening later on in the day?
So, did you say that he also bit the zookeeper?
I didn't know that.
Oh, so
that's
he-
news. That's news to
That's
us.
news to me. Breaking news to Tony sometimes.
Bit a
Is that your monkey
zookeeper.
noise or the news?
Okay.
Nice. Good.
When Koga got out of his cage
Koga.
into an aisle where the keeper was working Monday morning, he bit her on the hand and calf. The keeper locked herself in with the zoo's other gorillas and called the animal escape team. Police locked down the zoo while Koga was confined to the lounge.
Confined. That's the problem I have with this story.
And if a gorilla gets out, are the police the person you really want to call? Is that the group? Isn't there like some sort of animal group that has tranquilizers and shit? That's not the police.
So they got him in the lounge area and they tranquilized them,
See, I knew it.
removed him, and that was the end of it. She's okay. He's back in his
I
cage.
think it's a sign of the economy, Have people cutting corners everywhere, even at your local zoo.
Or just a careless error on her part. You know what I'm
Bitter in
saying?
her calf.
They're usually pretty
It
careful.
could have been a lot worse than that.
I bet you she
A
has a
gorilla-
really meaty calf. And he just bit right into it.
He's like, "Hey, girl,
Yeah.
like your calf."
Banana Sam sent me. Boom!
They're getting closer and closer.
To the Planet of the Apes.
No, monkeys that we talk about on the show.
Oh, yeah.
They've gone from California to Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm saying
That's a
that
big jump.
Next thing you
this is
know,
one step closer to the Planet of the Apes scenario.
Two primate escapes in so many months.
Mm-hmm.
Who
And
knows?
on opposite coasts.
yeah,
I fear for the Midwest. No. See what happens there
Could be a
next.
scourge.
They're next.
this scourge with the snooky.
So you guys had like some wild times on St. Patrick's Day, huh? Why don't you go tell our listeners about how effed up each other was?
I didn't.
Go on.
It wasn't too wild for me. I just drank beer.
And whenever you're
And
gonna
went from bars to bars.
you have to say
Yeah.
effed up or
Yeah.
F.
I got really effed up.
Yeah.
You know, it was an effing great time.
Well, I told my daughter to listen tonight.
Nice. I told Stu that I was
I
gonna
would
F
never
him.
Tell my daughter
one
to
point.
listen.
Friday
so
night,
Stu, you were gonna fuck him?
he
F.
greeted me. He wanted to F me.
Friend him on
In the
Facebook,
A.
you jerk. F.
No, you're just
Use the
kidding.
proper terminology.
This is my proper terminology. So you got banged up Friday night, huh?
I guess so. Yeah.
Or Friday afternoon?
Went to the
Yeah, it was afternoon.
went
Yeah.
to the nerd shop.
I did.
Yeah, how'd that go?
I don't remember.
Do you have friends at the nerd shop?
No.
No.
Did you make
No.
friends at the nerd shop?
My wife has students that go there, and so they like.
Nerds.
Go back
Yeah.
and they're like, I saw your fucked up husband.
Yeah,
Friday."
probably.
Telling people he was going to fuck him in their ass?
I didn't say that to
Just-
any. I didn't
just
say
me.
that to any.
Just do.
Just students.
And he said it lovingly.
Yeah, it was tender.
Oh, he was going to be easy on you.
He was like, I want to lug you, boy.
You're luggable.
I've been lugging you for a long time.
Coming up tomorrow night on FingerLakes1.com, it's the Upstate Hoops Pod Sweet 16 special with Jim Sinacropi, Matt Verke, and Brad Connor
Those
via
guys are
telephone
cool.
from Cincinnati, which is actually ground zero for that other half of the Eastern Regional that Syracuse is in, with Cincinnati playing Ohio State. You don't want to miss it. That's live at 9 Tuesday night on FingerLakes1.com.
I don't think people realize that wasn't a pre-recorded promo.
No,
Oh,
I'm
smooth.
good. I'm
That
not
was good.
According to somebody in the chat room,
Uh-huh.
you also told somebody else you were going to fuck him in the ass verbatim.
F them in the A.
A New York chiropractic college student.
Yeah, I guess you were telling a lot of people that.
Oh, I must have been in the mood, man.
You were just trying to straighten him out, huh?
Apparently.
Either that or you were going to fuck someone in the ass.
And then called him homophobic.
Oh, nice.
Really stepping your game up.
Well, that seems odd. That seems like an odd combination for me to say both of those things in succession like that.
Well, he probably said, no, you're not, and then you probably called him a homophobe.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
win. I won $10
Nice.
on St. Patrick's Day.
Some sort of Irish scratch off.
No, I threw a salt potato out the
I forgot about that.
out the door of Reds.
You didn't make it out the
I
door.
did
You hit
make it
the
out the
window.
door. Well, the bet was I just wouldn't throw it towards the front of the bar. And I was like, I'll get it out the door.
I forgot all about that. Hey,
And I just missed.
hey, Media Stew, throw that potato out the door. No, that wouldn't be nice. $10. Okay.
You got to throw it high, Jacob said. Make sure you just get that bitch high. Keep it high.
That's a classic St. Patrick's Day tradition.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Potato toss?
Salt potato toss.
Yeah.
I mean,
a
I was
great
from
potato
the ladies'
famine.
bathroom to, out the front door.
Nice toss.
Narrowly missed. The jam. Got
Nice
the jam.
toss.
Had some corned beef for lunch at Red's
Oh,
place today
man.
that was like out of this world.
Oh.
I would recommend that.
Wait for it.
I had it too. That's
Shout
why.
out to Hunt
We're-
Dog. It was, I got to tell you, best corned beef I've ever had. Ever.
It was
Ever.
really good. It was really good. And again, we're working hard for our new sponsor,
Yeah.
but it was good. Corned beef. You know why corned beef only during St. Patrick's Day? Like,
Because it's horrible.
no way. It's a
No.
hearty
I love
meal
it.
all year round.
I love it. There's a place in Buffalo called Stumpy's. It's kind
Please
of
don't tell me it's a guy with no legs.
no, he just has the only thing he has is corned beef and roast beef, and he just roasts them. Hell yeah, he roasts them all day and just shaves them on the spot.
Do you know
makes
the-
a sandwich with fresh bread.
Mm.
Do you know the process of corning beef?
It's like a similar to pickling something, isn't it?
Brine it, I bet. You brine it.
Brining, and then they maybe. Yeah,
I think
don't
you
know.
just brine it. I think
You
that.
gonna break it down
I
for
think
me?
once you brine
I don't know it.
it's
I'm
corned.
asking.
No, I don't know. I know mustard seeds involved. I think at one point.
I think once it comes out of that brine, it's corned. Officially.
So you could essentially corn anything.
Yeah, maybe it's the type of brine.
And it's always got to be a brisket, right? Okay.
Is it? Is that what it is? We were
a
taught it
brisket.
doesn't come from a pig. It comes
a
from
brisket.
a
It's a
cow.
beef brisket.
It does have the texture of a beef brisket, but it also has the texture of a pork product.
To corn
It's the perfect
a beef.
type
It
of
is
meat for someone who
delicious.
can't decide between
It's
cow
like
meat
taking
or pig meat.
it's like taking beef and turning it into pork,
Yep.
turning it into a ham.
And that's probably what corning's all about.
Somewhere in the middle, that's where your corned beef lies. It's delicious.
First time anybody corned a
Beef?
brisket, it was in Corny, New York. That's how it got its name.
Yeah, that's the corning process.
Yeah.
That's called.
And it was later shortened to corned.
That's actually where the band Korn got their name too.
You know, and the reason that they started making glass in Corning is because the first brisket that was corned in Corning was done in a glass vascular container.
It's called a corning jug, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah, and so that industry took off too as a result of them corning the first brisket.
And now they make glass for iPads and iPhones.
Yep, not even kidding.
Corn means the salt.
So it's a salty brine probably, right? Are you saying that they dry pack it?
Why does corn mean to salt?
Yeah.
Salt doesn't mean to corn.
Should be.
Makes no sense.
This is the oddest thing.
Salt beef.
I'm just going to read you this.
No wonder it's so
This is
good.
from thestraightdope.com.
Oh, shit.
It's got to be legit then.
Well, it's just it's a weird thing.
Let's hear it.
We all enjoy corned beef on our Reuben sandwiches, but how does one corn beef? What is the process of corning?
This
Can
is
I
what
corn
I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
other things like, say, corn? George in Corny, New York.
Oh, what?
What?
And he wants to corn.
And then you're just going off on that corning rant.
know it.
It's weird.
Man, it's crazy things going on.
Because you think that was a lie, but it was actually true. You wait till you get to the part about the corning.
Isn't
joke.
Isn't
corn
corning
refers to
something
the
sexual?
salt used to preserve the meat. Let me find it better.
Is that it?
Explanation.
Is that it?
Isn't corning
Okay,
like
yeah.
What's straight dope?
something sexual?
Corning?
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah, so I tried to do this too on Friday night.
Cornhole.
I tried to
Give him
corn.
a corning.
Yeah.
Tried
Good old.
to corn his beef.
I did.
With your mustard seeds.
It's going the wrong way.
Fucking
This
salty
thing's been
fuck.
going south from the beginning. Well, we got Stu researching corning beef. What else?
Yeah,
So
is
did you do anything else horrific to somebody?
I don't
Anybody?
know. The jury's still out. Reports are coming in slowly.
Should mention historic night for all you folks tuned into the live webcast or even watching the recorded live webcast at a later date. First 5-cam webcast up here in the studio ever. You've seen 4-cam webcasts, and you've certainly seen 2 or 3-cam webcasts. And a while ago, you saw a lot of 1-cam webcasts.
We might be the only. I would say we're definitely the only 5-cam webcast in the area. There's no doubt about that.
The only 5-cam webcast within 80 miles of here.
Yeah, from here to Corning.
And if we're wrong, then prove it.
The term corn comes from putting meat in a large crock and covering it with large rock salt kernels of salt that are referred to as corns of salt that preserve the meat. The term corn has been in the Oxford Dictionary since as early as 888 A.D.
That makes more sense. The salt clusters are called corns.
Irish were the first exporters of corned beef.
Of course they were.
Who was?
The Irish.
The Irish? Yeah, that makes
Bi-
sense.
biggest exporters of corned beef until 1825.
Irish it were the Americans. See, I made an Irish joke there. I thought of that on Friday, sitting at the bar. I started saying that, and it was pretty funny.
Went over well?
Yeah, it went over pretty well.
A lot funnier. A lot funnier.
A lot
when you're
funnier,
drinking.
yeah, no doubt.
And that's a little history on the corned beef.
I wish we had a.
It's delicious. I love it.
Oh man, that corned beef at Red's was so good.
It really was. I'm sure they got good corned beef down at Bull's Run, too, though. A fine sponsor of the Sauce Pod.
Bulls Run.
They have free
Oh,
corned
right.
beef, a Rudy Hayes production.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had free corned beef.
Yeah, there's sweet posters down there by the Simple Twist, simpletwist.net. Check it out.
We are, like, plugging it, everything.
I heard that they had a banner weekend, and it was due mostly to your posters.
Thanks.
Coming up
But
on...
don't ask the guy from Simple Twist for a poster because he won't give one to you.
I got you. Fucking relax.
Does he sign them? Would he sign one?
I almost had to steal one off the fucking bathroom wall.
I had to steal my own off the bathroom
But then
wall.
I realized that people shit in there, and there was probably a little shit germs.
Fecal
all over
matter.
it.
Yeah, I got it early. It was like...
Gotta always be careful of fecal
I was
matter.
watching.
Can't
I
see
hate
it.
I hate to say this out loud, but
So don't.
pop-up video yesterday on VH1.
What's wrong with that?
No, it was pop-up Jersey Shore,
Oh, geez.
and they the first time they got into the hot tub, and they were showing like stats on hot tubs. 96% of hot tubs have fecal matter in them.
Of course they do. The water is constantly touching your butthole.
36% of them have
I only-
staph infection.
I only go on the 4%, other 4%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
It's
are the
fucking
4%.
gross.
That is gross. I don't like pools either.
Fecal matter's everywhere. There's no way you can escape it. By just
Yeah, but
not
I would
going
rather
in hot
not
tubs.
know that the 94%.
You can limit
you know
your
what I'm saying?
exposure to it, though, by not going in a boiling hot.
There's fecal
pool.
matter in here right now.
Sure there
Why,
is.
you shitting here?
Huh? No, I'm just sure there is.
It's all over your
Particles
computer.
float through the air.
I don't bring my
Particles.
fucking computer into the bathroom.
Yeah, it's on
Do you bring your
hands.
phone in?
Do you use your hands in the bathroom and
Yeah.
then touch
Yeah,
your
to
computer?
wipe my ass, and then I
Yeah,
wash my hands like a
exactly.
normal human being.
That don't matter, man.
Yeah, but what about the crap that got on your elbow? Or your
What do you
little
think?
your
I go
little
knuckle
wrist
deep
knuckle.
up in that
No,
motherfucker?
you never
And
know,
when you're
man.
typing with the backs of your wrists like that, you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, there's probably fecal matter up here.
No, I'm fecal matter free.
Wow. So, coming up on Wednesday, 9 a.m., new time, Dog and Polly podcast, or the Dog and Polly show, as it's called, with Harold Webdog Weber and Paul Hellstrom. This week they'll have Seneca Falls Country Club head professional Bob Fuller in studio to talk about the upcoming year at SFCC.
I got a question.
And fecal matter.
Also, Dick Marshall and Ted Flock will be on hand to present Harold with 2 crisp $5 bills.
That was pre-recorded. That one, that promo.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Do these other video podcasts talk about us?
5 cams?
No,
yeah,
talk about us like we
yes.
talk about them?
Well, we don't talk about them that much. Tonight's a little kind of different.
We talk about them every episode.
Tonight we are learning the art of the plug.
Yeah.
In honor of Mad Men coming back this week, we're working on our advertising chops.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
It's going to be great.
Did you see the fucking awesome commercials during Walking Dead last night? The zombies are back, and it was Mad Men, and it was just
they were
images.
zombies?
Well, no, it was like every time like Don was waking up drunk or Peggy or whoever, it would just be flashes of them like waking up drunk. You know,
Nice.
it was fucking
No, but I finally
or stumbling. It was awesome.
I finally did look at the tip pics from.
Gee, they're the best ever.
Oh, they're
dude.
so good.
So-
You would suffocate in them things.
Peggy Olson?
No,
no,
Christina Hendricks.
oh my lord.
Gotta love them redheads with them
Oh.
fucking white tits.
So unbelievable.
It's like a bag of milk.
Or 2, even.
See-through nipples and everything.
What see-through nipples?
You can see right
What's
inside.
behind them?
Well,
what
you know
do
what I mean? They're just so light pink.
They just look like they're floating there.
Yeah.
In a bag of milk.
Yes. It's like a rose in a bag of milk.
At least you're sticking with the Irish theme.
Wow.
It's a rose.
So how was your St. Patrick's Day? You didn't have no shenanigans like us?
Mostly basketball. Watching, not playing. Did some other things, too. I can't remember. I had a pretty full weekend, but I can't remember what I did. But I do know I watched a ton of basketball, and it was the best first 4 days of a tournament in a while, I think. Tons of good games. Right down to Sunday night when Cincinnati beat Florida State. We were talking about that last week. Remember, you guys were saying Florida State was going to go to the Final Four. They lost to Cincinnati last night. That means they're out of it.
Yeah.
That's great. How many Big East teams are left? Yeah, same amount as the
4?
ACC, so fuck off.
No, that's not true, Dandy. Count again.
There's 3 ACC teams left.
And the Big East has 4. Georgetown failed against NC State.
3 out of 5.
No surprise there.
4 out of 9.
Are you getting better?
And your bet with Andy is still right there, right?
There's only 2 ACC teams left, actually, guys.
Who's that?
North Carolina and NC State. So now,
Look at
if we do
Shows-
that again,
shows how much we care.
2 out of 5 or 4 out of 9, I believe it's a higher percentage of Big East teams.
You win again, Jim. Foiled again.
Just saying. Get your facts straight.
You get a chocolate milk.
You got any news? You want to do some headlines?
No.
We got any listener mail?
No.
Well, that leaves only one thing to do.
A man drink like that and he don't eat, he is going to die.
We serve hard drinks in here for men who want to get drunk fast.
Bet, babe, slide a piece of the porter. Excited, run the job.
Look at here.
Okay, y'all. If you're in the chat room, go ahead and let us know what you're drinking.
I'm not watching.
But you can check back, can't you, Dandy?
Yeah, give me a second.
I, Tony, sometimes have a Dunkin' Donuts medium coffee, cream and 1 sugar. That's what I'm drinking. It's the way that this segment works. Now we'll find out what Stu's drinking. Media Stu.
Miller Lite with a Vortex top. Thank you, Rudy Hayes.
A Bulls Run production.
And Saucy Joe.
I'm also drinking a Miller Lite bottle, Vortex neck style, courtesy of Rudy Hayes.
Bulls Run Productions.
And Dandy, what are you drinking tonight?
I got a Miller Lite and a Diet Pepsi Wild Cherry.
And anybody in the chat room?
Oh, wait. Annex.
Oh, you got like 4. Oh, you're the most interesting man in the world over here.
I drink a Dos Equis Lager Especial.
Ooh, special.
Special Lager.
Imported from Spain.
It's very interesting.
That means 2 X's.
What you got, Dandy?
Nothing.
I see a Diet Pepsi Wild Cherry over there.
Oh, I already said it.
He said it.
Oh, did he? Man, short-term memory.
Jesus.
He also enjoyed a Miller Lite with a Vortex neck, courtesy of Rudy Hayes, a Bulls Run production.
Let's do Stu's news.
Anybody in the chat room, Danny, telling us what they're drinking?
No, just a lot of people talking shit. We got a lot of Tar Heel fans in there tonight, talking shit to you.
Talking shit to me. I imagine that.
Why don't you read it off?
Go ahead. What do they got to say?
Go ahead. He's a grown-ass man.
How
He
many,
can take it.
how many titles does the Big East have?
I don't know, a lot.
How many does UNC
6.
have? One more than the Big East.
7.
Well, how long has UNC been playing basketball, and how long has the Big East been playing basketball? 1980. So
How many teams are in the Big East?
Can't say
30
anything
years.
to Tony about facts. Like, he doesn't seem to think it's important.
Like how many ACC teams are actually left in the tournament?
Syracuse fans have tunnel vision when it comes to facts. And then Mikey Pipes just says champagne.
Mikey Pipes.
Champagne.
Baby champagne.
Baby champagne.
None of that, any of that stuff that was said by your chat room
Matters to you.
patrons even make sense.
Okay.
They didn't make any. Didn't make any points.
All right, we got to score. I just can't take it anymore. I want to.
Let's talk about what I saw in 60 Minutes last night.
Face recognition?
Yes. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did.
I
Did you
saw
take
it.
the test?
No.
Face blindness.
I'm one of the people who can pick faces out of anywhere.
You're a super recognizer?
Yes.
I
am.
saw that, but
Wow, I should take that test.
I'm
then.
I was going to
fucking
go down
super
the rabbit
recognizer.
hole with that.
You're a
but
super recognizer?
What do you mean?
That's the opposite.
I saw that. I like clicked on that and I read it, and then it was like you had to watch a video, and I just
They
didn't
like
have
show
the
you
time.
faces of people who were when they were kids and shit.
And you can pick them
You
out.
can pick them out. But I like that lady on there said, I'll see somebody walking down the street, and I'm like, that motherfucker works at such and such. But if you told me something right now, I wouldn't remember it tomorrow.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
crazy.
face thing. It's a visual cue.
But could you imagine being one of those other people where you wake up in the morning, you don't even recognize your own face in the mirror?
Yeah, that'd be weird.
Sometimes I don't, Dandy. Sometimes I don't.
Now,
That's another condition.
Did you see the first part of 60 Minutes where they did a private? There's a guy who was
The
original
space
owner
shuttle?
of PayPal, and now he's got a private space exploration company called SpaceX, and they've launched unmanned capsules into space and orbited the Earth and landed them in the ocean.
That's pretty
And they got
awesome.
windows, so you can watch yourself flying through the sky.
And
Wow.
originally he wanted to crash like a greenhouse on Mars, like
Sure.
hit Mars with some life.
A bunch of plants.
With
Yeah.
a video camera on
bunch
it.
of seeds.
Yeah, okay, with a video camera
See what
too,
happens.
but that didn't happen. So, but anyways, I guess the race is on because it's cheaper for the government to send people in space through a private company than it is publicly through NASA.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of NASA
And this guy knew nothing about space shuttles when he started. He
no,
was just like, I think this would be cool.
I mean, these aren't even actually space shuttles; they're more like rockets.
Yeah.
rocket ships?
But yeah, he didn't know anything about astro, or what would be the science. of-
Astronavigation, sure. Or, yeah, that's about right.
Did you learn that at the Nerd Shop Friday?
Yeah.
And apparently, a lot of people in NASA don't like it. They think that he doesn't know what he's doing.
Wait until we can podcast from space. They're going to send the sauce pod up there.
He says that's one of his. You talked to him about it.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that is driving him to let the common man experience space travel someday.
Didn't Richard Branson want to do that too?
I think he's still doing
Yeah,
it.
maybe. I mean, I think if we think like this gentleman, I can't remember his name, thought that if we plan on just only the human race only living on Earth forever, then our species will die. We need to be an interplanetary species if we want to preserve our being.
Yeah.
I don't want to live much longer than I have to.
Well, you won't, but your ancestors will.
What ancestors?
Who knows, Dandy, what's out there?
Ain't no devil spawns coming from this guy.
Who knows? But, yeah.
What does the future hold for Dandy?
The short-term future holds some...
2 vacation days and a lot of drinking.
That much.
Baby, you got a stew going.
Just a spoonful of cinnamon makes the internet rounds.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
The so-called cinnamon challenge, a dare to swallow a spoonful of cinnamon without water, has gone viral and beyond.
What's beyond viral?
What is beyond viral?
You just can go viral. You can't go beyond it.
Though the challenge has been around for years, its popularity has spiked recently to the amusement and puzzlement of many.
Amusement and puzzlement? Who wrote this thing? Where's this from? Just wondering.
This is from...
Definitely not the straight dope.
Yahoo.
Yahoo.
Fucking Yahoo.
Content farm.
That's what we're all about here is content.
Mm-hmm.
The difficulty is that the spice doesn't break down very fast and can get stuck in the throat, causing gagging and even vomiting. Doctors say this can be very dangerous because the cinnamon can prevent air from reaching the lungs.
That does sound dangerous.
It's an obvious choking hazard, and there's a risk of inhaling the dust, and it's certainly not advisable. A spokesman from the Food and Drug Administration said,
I'm glad the Food and Drug
there's
Administration got involved in this.
30,000 YouTube videos labeled the Cinnamon Challenge. So would you do it, Delafave?
Make a video and name it the Cinnamon Challenge?
Would you
No,
try
do it
the
on
Cinnamon
the
Challenge?
Saucepad Live. Did you bring cinnamon, Stu?
No.
I wouldn't.
I don't want to see him choke and die.
The FDA does say it's dangerous.
And some people are very allergic to cinnamon. Cinnamon is an allergy.
Even thinking
An
about it makes me
allergen.
want to...
No, I would never do that.
I don't think I would do it either.
I would, however, eat 2 pieces of bread in 5 minutes without any water. Wasn't that a challenge too? Another weird sort of...
Yeah, there's 35,000 videos called 2 pieces of bread in 1 minute without water on YouTube.
All these people
also
do the same
choking
thing.
hazard.
They eat it, they sit there for 2 seconds, and then they cough violently, and cinnamon goes everywhere. Every video is the same.
Yep.
I mean, I've only watched, about half of the 30,000, but I'm assuming the other half are all the same too.
A duck could eat 2 slices of bread in like 15 seconds without water.
Really?
I'm just saying, humans are weak when it comes to eating bread compared to a duck, right?
Usually ducks eating bread in the water, though, so it's soaking up some of that
What
water.
do you mean usually?
Usually you're throwing the bread
Why?
in the
Because
water.
they stumble upon bread in the water?
People
Sometimes
throw
they
it
come
to
up
'em.
on land. People make a trail to them. Members do hit one with a shovel.
That's right.
I didn't. No, it was not me.
He was...
I witnessed it. I ate that.
Listen, in my mind, you hit it with a shovel in the story. Which, that brings me back to that story we talked about with the forgetting pill. Did you end up reading that whole article?
No.
Now, I'm just going to be brief about this, but it's really, really interesting how what they've discovered, the mechanism for memory, how it works. Every time you call up a memory, it actually, think of it this way, it actually leaves your head and is no longer in your brain for a moment, right? And then it gets re-imprinted back into your brain.
Leaves your brain, but it doesn't leave your head, probably.
Well,
I don't understand.
Think about this. What the mechanism for this pill is, you take it, and it inhibits the proteins that allow the memories to be re-imprinted. So every time you remember something, you remember it and add your current mood to it, and it gets re-imprinted in your brain. So that's why you remember things. Most people are not true in their remembering of incidents from way back, because every time they remember it, it changes a little bit. Because they imprint, say that they're happy that day, and they're thinking about that. Like that happiness gets associated with that memory, because it actually gets removed from the brain and then re-imprinted really fast. So what that pill does is, when it gets removed, doesn't let it get re-imprinted. So it actually just disappears. The memory can't be rewritten to the brain.
That sounds like it could be used for evil.
Yeah.
It's pretty fascinating, though.
It
Yeah.
is
The way
fascinating.
they've decided or figured out that memory works.
I mean, even more than that, how you say your mood affects how you
Right.
Certainly, when you remember things when you're in different states of mind, is that you have a different correlation or
Right.
to
And
it.
every time you remember it again, your current mood and feeling or whatever's going on
I never
So
know.
the
I never thought of
context
that. I
gets
noticed that
re-imprinted onto
until you
it.
say that, though.
Because it actually
Pretty-
disappears and then gets re-imprinted.
The context of
That's
your
deep.
memory changes each time.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I've been paying attention.
I thought that was the most interesting part of the article. The pill is something that'll probably be interesting in the future, but that discovery that it leaves and gets re-imprinted.
Any more action in the chat room, Dandy, about this memory
Dude, we
business?
got a lot of people in here.
Yeah, what are they talking
somebody
about?
said, didn't Jim Carrey invent the pill and the Eternal Sunshine?
Yeah.
I got some new
New friends?
new friends in here.
New friends?
Mikey Pipes, Carbone,
Huh.
Breaks,
Wow, this sounds like a badass
Sauce
gang.
Pod 123 or 13148 maybe.
They do sound like a cool gang.
Yeah. Badass gang in the chat room tonight.
Got a
I'm not
gang.
even paying attention.
Mikey
I'm having
Pipes,
fun with these guys.
Carbone. Pretty cool guys.
They
man.
got switchblades.
Yeah, probably.
Sounds like the cast from Grease 3.
Law firm fires 14 employees for wearing orange shirts.
Dang.
Dressing in an orange shirt is apparently enough to get fired at one Florida law firm where 14 workers were fired, were unceremoniously let go last Friday. From the Fort Lauderdale Sun-Sentinels, several of the fire workers say they wore matching colors so they would be identified as a group when heading out for a happy hour event after work. They say the executive who fired them initially accused them of wearing the matching colors as a form of protest against the management.
There's another gang. There's a gang right there. Orange shirt gang.
Orange is widely considered to be one of the most visible colors to the human eye.
On St. Patrick's Day, if you wear orange, it lets people know that you're Protestant.
Mm-hmm.
Would you, if I worked for you, Tony, and I wore a North Carolina blue T-shirt, would you fire me? If you have to think about it, we know the answer.
He's
That's a
considering,
yes.
strongly
That's
considering
that's
the
a
company
yes. That's a
policy
yes.
right now.
I'm just saying, it depends. No, I probably wouldn't, but because I wouldn't be able to do it legally.
So, and there's really nothing anyone can do about the termination since Florida is an at-will state, meaning employers can fire an employee who doesn't have a contract for a good reason, for a bad reason, or even for the wrong reason, as long as it's not an unlawful reason. So,
I'm glad you're getting back to the Florida stories. Please tell me
That
you got
happened in Florida?
yes.
Please tell me you got another one.
No,
Yeah.
this
a different
one,
law firm. They got fired for wearing matching
I'm
bear
going back
suits.
to Australia. I was in Australia last week, and I went back to Australia.
Let's go back
again.
down under, Stu.
Base jumpers ditch bar tab by parachuting 55 stories from Rialto Towers.
Dang.
I would do that.
That's a nice move.
I'm out of here.
The Herald Sun reports that four men jumped from the 55th floor of the Rialto Towers in Melbourne, Australia after consuming pricey cocktails at the Vue des Monts restaurant. Basically, four guys came upstairs with parachutes hidden underneath their suits.
What an elaborate drinking
Suited up.
scam.
After a quick change in the bathroom, the daredevils climbed a tall plastic barrier outside the restaurant before taking a plunge towards the street where the getaway car was waiting for them. And there's a
getaway
whole,
car?
there's like a whole news story I watched on it, and they like straight up wore suits, went in the bathroom Superman style, drank their like expensive drinks, and then just walked out. And they had to like climb this pretty tall barrier, hop over it,
inebriated.
and they all jump off. And there's like a really small part because there's like a river that runs kind of parallel to it.
And they had a getaway car.
And yeah, they were prepared.
That's fucking
I
awesome.
mean,
And like didn't get caught. So
that's
yeah.
the type of shit you do if you're going to rob a bank, not get away on a bar tab.
Well, I'm sure it's more like the base jumping is the illegal thing. I think that just gives it a little
they
style.
wanted to be a little more legal.
It's
but
a little
the-
style.
yeah.
I like that story. Get some style.
So
Just crazy shit like that.
it did make world news because we
Sounds
heard about it
like-
up here on the other side of the globe.
Right here in a tiny little.
Sounds like a
St.
movie
Paul's,
plot involving Gary Busey and something else.
He does have a brain.
Didn't
injury.
I kind of did that over
And
the
that's
summer.
Stu's news.
You kind of, you kind of did do that.
Well,
Except without the
I may or
parachute.
may.
Baby, you got a stew going.
you probably paid your bar tab and you didn't have a parachute. So
And
you're less
and
a
it was
rebel.
only a bridge.
You're less badass than them. But I could see that you're fledgling, and you may eventually work your way up to stealing out on
Padawan.
bar tabs.
I can't believe you didn't have the story of that guy that shot that kid in Florida for no reason.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
That does sound like a pleasant one. Let's go over that.
I got it pulled up, but I don't think we can hear the audio. You can hear the 911 call where the kid's pleading for his life, and then you just hear a pop, and then everything goes silent.
That's awful.
Yeah, the guy's an asshole.
Well, that's not the
I think this guy's robbing our community.
He said.
Oh.
And then he shot him.
Probably right.
Twice.
Florida.
Okay, let's pause that. I'm going to try to get up a little clip from Kenny's show today.
Okay.
Got a lot of feedback around town that they like the new feature in the soft spot of hearing a little Kenny clip.
I still haven't seen him yet. I'm going to freak dance his ass.
We should get him up here.
Will he come up?
I think he would.
Sure.
He might take offense to some of the
I was going to say,
salty,
would I have to
the
tone
corned
my...
language up here.
Marin got a TV show on IFC.
Oh, great.
Who did?
Mark Marin.
Let me guess, he's going to try to eat spoonfuls of cinnamon.
Say cinnamon again.
I can't.
Maybe we'll get a TV show.
Mark Maron's single camera
Single camera? We got 5 here.
semi-autobiographical pilot screened at the New York Television Festival in September will become a full-fledged series on IFC.
What's it called? Mustache and Glasses? That's the name of the show. Yeah, that.
Brad wants to talk about the naked pony boy or coney boy or whatever.
Who's that?
Oh, yeah, the founder there of the Coney 2000 Invisible
producer.
Children. Yeah, he's a producer. But he's basically like their poster boy. Coney 2012 Invisible Children.
Yeah. Is that why you stand on street corners and helicopter your dick around?
It's not why I would do it. But yeah, he did do
He's
that.
worried about the children, but he stands on corners, ass naked, with his cock in his hand.
And
How does that hurt kids?
Yeah.
I mean, would you want to drive by and see with your daughter in the backseat of a car?
No, I wonder what I'd say to her.
Look at that funny clown.
No, I would probably say, honey, there are crazy people in the world, and that's one of them.
There's one.
Pony boy.
I got Kenny's clip queued up here if you want to take a listen to it. What's it about?
Is he helicoptering his?
I think that's a good segue.
Yeah, actually, I don't have the exact part of the clip queued up I want to, so I might have to jump around just a bit. Bear with me. Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay, here we are.
Bert, my first quick hit of this week is about something really big. One of the biggest things to hit Buffalo in maybe 3-4 years.
In the lounge.
That's not the quick hit I was looking for.
Gorilla
Let me see if I can find it. That's about Mario Williams.
Super Mario heading to Buffalo.
Mario Manningham would sign.
What's he naming all of them?
And my second quick hit is about a case that everybody's been following for about a couple of weeks since it started. And of course, a year and a half ago when that incident happened, it made me sick. The Rutgers trial. Boy, what was this kid thinking there, videotaping his roommate? Yes, the roommate was gay and he was doing what I think was somewhat questionable behavior in that room to begin with. But hey, you don't aim a camera at your roommate's area and then say to your friends, hey, come here, look at this. My roommate's gonna do some other guy. My roommate's gonna do some other guy. Well, maybe I shouldn't use that type of language, but whatever. He was convicted on all the charges against him. And you know what? Good riddance. Of course, this, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but looks like you're heading back to India as a criminal. And you know what? You deserve it. Because in this era, bullying is going too far, especially in high school, college, and that. Bullying is something that we need to stop. Bullying is something that has no place in society. And I mean, kids don't deserve it. That's all I have to say, because right now I'm at a loss for words over this. But as
I thought he was going to start crying.
He got fired up.
Yeah, he's...
And if you don't take that little bit and make it into a clip, you really missed the boat.
Which one? Which part?
Where he, over and over, watch my roommate have sex with it, or do another guy. Do another guy.
And then he felt bad about using that salty language.
Which is why we can't have him up here, Danny.
Again? Yeah, play just that part.
Jeez, I don't know where that part was. Probably right about here, maybe?
he was doing what I think was somewhat questionable behavior in that room to begin with. But hey, you don't aim a camera at your roommate's area and then say to your friends, "Hey, come here, look at this. My roommate's gonna do some other guy. My roommate's gonna do some other guy." Well, maybe I shouldn't use that type of language.
Every time I say something funny, you got to play that clip.
Aim a camera at your roommate's area and then say to your friends, "Hey, come here, look at this. My roommate's gonna do some other guy. My roommate's gonna do some other guy." Maybe I shouldn't use
I wonder if he actually read that verbatim from the report.
My roommate's gonna do some other guy. My roommate's gonna do some other guy.
And that's what the guy actually said.
Maybe I shouldn't use that type of language.
That's fucking awesome.
Out of context, it's hilarious.
He makes me cry every week.
Oh man. Yeah.
When you were a Syracuse University student, did you point your camera at your friend's area?
Your roommate's area? Did you ever do that?
No, my roommate and I, freshman year, had a contentious relationship.
Really? Did you have a line down the middle of the room?
Is that because you yelled out, "Hey, everyone, my roommate's doing some other guy. My roommate's doing some other guy."
He didn't pay the phone bill, ever. And he lived in Connecticut, and I lived in Seneca Falls, but the phone bill was in my name.
Oh, we heard this one.
Yeah, so I stole CDs.
Right.
Then next year we saw each other, and we were like, hey, no big deal. You know, hey.
You still got that Blind Melon CD?
I don't remember what they were.
My wife's college roommate, her senior year, she lived in this house, and the girl had lived with her, I think, for 2 years and just never paid for utility bills. So they owed her, her and her other roommate, thousands of dollars, essentially. So we get drunk one night at the bar, and they're just talking about it. And I'm like, that's it. We're going to fucking go back there. I'm going to fucking kick her door in, and we're going to go take her shit until she pays you. So we get hammered. We go back, and I start fucking to kick the door in. And her other roommate, this dude that lived with him, comes out, and he's like, dude, just take the fucking hinges off. So we took the hinges off the door and moved every single item out of her room into this other room and padlocked it.
Wow.
That's what you call taking the law into your own hands. That's what we both did.
I bet you didn't get any money, though.
Well, yeah, because she came back and took the hinges off the door that he locked. Took the hinges off and went in and got her stuff.
They were on the inside of that door, but...
Because that guy was like, just go take the hinges off.
She threatened to kick the other girl's ass, and,
Yeah, I know.
But the next morning we were like, that was a real dick move. But in the moment, it was so fun.
And that's what's really important, is the moment.
I had to kick my bedroom door in Saturday night.
Good, taking the hinges off.
The
Your
hinges are on the
bedroom
inside.
door?
Wow, rough.
The doorknob fell off when the door was closed, and my cat was locked in there, and I wanted to piss everywhere.
What about the window? Is there a window in your bedroom?
Cop kicked that motherfucker.
Wow. Now you got
then my mother saw it. She wasn't too pleased.
Yeah, now you got to deal with your mom.
She was like, what happened to your door?
It sounds like an episode of Dandy if I've ever seen one. He goes to turn the door handle and the knob falls off inside. And he's like, oh no, my cat's in there.
I could hear it. I could hear it meowing, and I didn't want it to piss in my bedroom.
Who are we gonna get to play your
finally,
mother?
all that
Dandy
karate
show?
training came in handy. Yeah.
We gotta find an actress to play your mother.
Did you center yourself?
What do you mean?
My wife would be his mom.
Yes.
That's the best.
Yes.
Great casting.
Yes.
Dandy. Kicking in his bedroom door.
Who you gonna run to? All your little lies. You're chasing all right on. They can't resist.
Hang on, head, I'm coming.
They know for Dandy. Dandy. Chatting up the ladies. Tickling the fancy.
Dandy's cat's name is Head.
Pouring out your charm to meet
Trap.
your own demand.
Next time it gets a reminder in the mail from the vet, I'll bring it in and we'll take a picture of it. Head Delphine has an appointment.
What's up, head?
Do you think they like what? Do you the front desk girls? Do you think like they say, "I'm not calling, you call"?
Yeah.
No, I'm not calling, you call.
Head has an appointment, they say.
How's Head doing?
Oh, it's all right. Stuck in the bedroom. The doorknob fell off, but whatever.
It'll be all right.
It's all right. I cop kicked it in.
I saw a cop tackle a guy Saturday night too. That was funny. And it wasn't me.
Nice. Congratulations. Making it through unscathed.
And the cop was going to give me a ride home because I was inebriated. Then he got a call and took off.
Oh, that's the worst.
You always get a ride home from the cops.
They love me. I locked my keys in my car as soon as we got to the bar so I wouldn't drive home.
They love to keep you under
I
control.
locked my keys in the car.
So you had to kick the door in?
That's what. No. No, the doorknob fell off. That's why I kicked the door in.
Of your car? See what I'm doing here, Danny? I'm
Nah,
just
you're
trying to
just
confuse you. I'm just trying to confuse you.
I was just thinking of
Not
that
funny.
moment where you said to yourself, I better lock my fucking keys in here.
It was a
And you
conscious
probably
decision.
checked all your pockets. I got everything I need. Threw the keys in and we're like,
Put them right on the seat too,
You
so I could
consciously
just
locked
fucking
your keys in
stare
there?
at them. Yeah,
That's
I
very
wasn't drunk yet.
responsible. You're really grown up.
Yeah. I would have really been growing up if I would have left before the lights came on.
Yeah. It's like the sunrise, though. It's good, nice to see. Once in a while.
It's never a good moment when you're standing in a bar and they turn the lights on.
no.
You get to see the reality of things.
How everyone really looks.
And then you realize you've been there for 10 hours.
Haven't eaten.
Oh no, I ate a Hunt Dog double cheeseburger special. And he tried to tell me I couldn't eat it all.
Housed it.
What happens when you challenge
I think I
Danny?
had the double cheeseburger gone before you had 2 bites of your corned cabbage or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck that was.
Less one salt potato.
You had corned cabbage? That's nice. That sounds good.
It was all good.
Now that we know what the process is.
So, Dandy, our teams in that bet have made it to the Sweet 16. Your team's a little banged up. My team's, of course, without its starting center.
But I think your team is better off with your backup center the way he's been playing.
Well, I think Christmas has played
he's
fantastically.
10
but
times more athletic than that fucking jabroni you got from Brazil.
That's just not true, though.
Jabroni.
He's not. He'll never play for Syracuse again. But
It's because he's going to go to the
he's,
NBA.
He's dominant defensively, and he can dunk it. He can dunk the basketball. But do you want to? I'm going to offer you a chance to call the bet off.
Oh, my word.
Or we can push it.
Why? Are you nervous?
No, I just think in the beginning of the year, you know, North Carolina was like ranked first preseason. Syracuse was like 4th or 5th, and nobody knew Fab Melo was going to be good. Nobody knew Deion Waiters, except for me, of course. And you challenged me thinking the bet was going to be a lock.
He's thinking you might want to back out.
And so now,
That's what he's saying.
you know, here we are.
Not a chance. I'll double it if you want.
You want to double it?
Look at him.
Well, the thing is they're playing.
See, he's trying to
I like your
he's
style,
trying
I
to
like your
embarrass
style.
me. What he's trying to do is trying to put me down and embarrass me
I know.
the long way around. So fuck you. Let's go 200.
They're
He's right, double it
UNC's playing Ohio, though. That's the
Doesn't
that's the
matter.
thing.
That's not what the bet was predicated on. Who you play in the tournament.
I know, but right now we're at a point where we are trying to renegotiate things, and it's important to look at the lay of the land as it stands.
See, so what you're saying is you're nervous.
No.
And, yeah.
I think that Syracuse is going to beat Wisconsin. I think North Carolina has an easy matchup against Ohio, whereas if North Carolina was playing, who did Ohio beat? South Florida, or even South Florida or somebody else, I might feel more confident that they would lose. So I think it would come down then to the final, the Elite Eight round, where North Carolina might be playing Kansas in St. Louis, mind you, and which they won't have an answer for Thomas Robinson. And then Syracuse will be playing either Ohio State or Cincinnati if they beat Wisconsin, which I like both of those matchups. So, and then, of course, if they both advance from there, they play head-to-head, and this bet would be like Shaka Khan.
Head-to-head.
One game for all the
Danny
100
would be
marbles.
sitting on his couch watching with head.
That'll be next
Head on
Monday,
one side,
hopefully.
dog
So
on
no,
the
I
other.
don't want to double the bet.
Let me say this though: you can't renegotiate a bet. That's what a bet is. A bet. It's a binding contract. You can't renegotiate the contract.
He
at
feels
this point.
bad for me.
No, two parties can vote to nullify a bet at any time.
They
if
both have to agree, though.
Yeah,
Sure,
if they
sure.
both agree.
I don't know about
And-
renegotiating. You could certainly cancel it if you'd like. You could nullify it.
And stakes can be raised at any point during the bet,
Yeah.
like it almost happened here tonight.
But it didn't happen.
No, I don't.
I don't know that it almost happened. He said, "Let's double it up," and you said no.
Well,
I don't know that it almost happened.
But I could have said yes.
You certainly could have.
I could have.
He could have said, "Let's triple it," but he didn't. It was almost tripled.
Yeah, almost.
There was a time in my life when I was younger, when if someone said something like that, I would have said yes without even thinking.
I probably would still do that.
Let's double it.
You're on. Right, let's do it.
But looking at the situation, as I said, I think Syracuse, North Carolina will both win. But I think, especially if you go by the Vegas lines, I bet you Syracuse is a 3 or 4 point favorite over Wisconsin. I bet you North Carolina is going to be a 9 or 10 point favorite over Ohio. So it would be stupid for me to raise the stakes of this bet. But if they do both advance
So
Syracuse.
if it's stupid for you to raise the bet, then it would also be stupid for me to cancel the bet. Then, right?
Yes. By that logic, yes.
Yeah, which is why I offered it. I wasn't trying to be a nice guy. I was just playing the odds. But the fact that North Carolina,
which comes full circle to the point that you're a little bit nervous.
He's a sly fox.
The other end of things is that North Carolina's banged up, and I wouldn't be surprised if they lost to Ohio. But sometimes you got to.
He hurt his wrist.
Look whether they lost a guy for their point guard for the year.
He's actually going to play Sunday if they win Friday.
Well, if he does, that's not going to go well. They're going to put a pin in his wrist.
My wrist.
Yeah, because he didn't score 10 points after he broke his wrist. So, I mean, it obviously wasn't bothering him then.
Well, I prefer my starting point guards to have unbroken wrists. And not to mention starting power forwards.
So you're either canceling the bet, doubling the bet, or leaving the bet as it is.
Or tripling the bet.
Which is it? You're just leaving it as it is, right?
It's what it sounds
That's
like.
what I like to
It
hear.
was the same bet stands that stood back in November 3rd. I
And
think
to
it was.
reiterate, that bet was who went farther in the tournament.
Right.
North Carolina, Syracuse. And the payout was a friendly handshake.
Who?
$100.
Friendly bets.
Oh, it's going to be 2 friendly handshakes if you double it up. It's $100. Okay, man.
I'm not shaking Tony's hand. He's got fecal matter all over himself.
So we don't have any mail this week?
No.
Chinese.
Jeez, yeah, that's all the segments then what we got.
That's the end of the segments. That's the tale of a centipede.
Any parting shots from the chat room?
Mikey Pipes doesn't like basketball talk.
Neither do I.
What does he like to talk about?
I don't know.
Stu doesn't like basketball talk. Mikey Pipes, what do you want to talk about, buddy?
Carbone said, thanks for the laughs.
Oh, you're welcome.
Assholes.
No problem, buddy.
And assholes, you can type out assholes.
That's
Sure.
It's interesting because I got
Everybody
one
has
funny
one.
little story to share.
Huh?
Everybody has one.
No, but you can't type swear words in the chat room.
Not everybody has one of those.
An asshole?
No, all the other things you can't type out.
You can't type ass. But you can type asshole.
Oh, well.
Another mystery of our chat room debunked. My daughter, this is a story told to me by my wife. My daughter was hanging out with my wife in the living room, and out of nowhere she said, "There's like 2 guys at my school who are real assholes."
That's the best.
She's 6 years old.
Stretching her limits a little bit.
But the way she said it, she really didn't know it was a bad word.
Right.
She had heard it on a movie or something.
I love that.
And so she didn't. And my wife's like, "That's a bad word." Or
Did
something.
she laugh first?
No, she didn't. She said it just if she was.
Your wife.
Did
No,
your
your
wife
wife.
laugh?
Oh, I don't know. She
You'd
was
have
probably
had to
shocked.
giggle a
She was
little
probably
bit.
shocked.
Did she use it though? Like she understood what it meant? Like,
Yes.
In the right context.
Yeah, right context. didn't know it was a naughty word.
Right.
Didn't know it was on the banned list.
It would get starred out.
It's not on the ban list according to the chat room.
If you can say it in the chat, you can say it at Tony Sometimes
That's right.
house.
Asshole.
So what became of that?
She learned not to use it. Every parent's worst nightmare too, because you're afraid that she might use it out and about when you're not around.
Did you threaten her with a spoonful of cinnamon?
No, she didn't know she did anything wrong.
Choke on this.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You'll
She doesn't
never
know
say
that
assholes
If
again.
she don't know if it's supposed to be bad or not, she just says it.
I love when little kids
Just
swear.
like-
I think it's the greatest thing in the world.
My son hasn't done anything like that yet.
No?
No? My son's...
Surprisingly, I don't understand.
Well, she watches a lot of that. The thing about TV nowadays is that if you're going to watch any TV at any time of the day, just flip around the channels. You're not safe from that stuff.
That's true.
It's there's no after 9 o'clock anymore.
My son says boner because I call him a boner sometimes, because he'll be doing something silly and I'll say, "Stop being such a boner." Yeah. And my wife says, "Don't call me. He's going to call someone else a boner." I'm like, well, if they're being a boner.
What's a bonus to bone?
Next time
Right.
Next
If
time
you
that
could
he's
say
around
it-
me, can you make him come up to me
Right.
and be like,
What's up, boner?
If you could say that on Growing Pains in 1990, then you can say it in my house. Anything that was said on Growing Pains
That's
can be
true.
said in my house.
That
That's
was
all there is
like
to it.
that when it was on Growing Pains. That was before like the general consensus of TV censors knew it was even a bad word. I
Right.
think.
Boners to bone.
Got another funny story actually concerning my daughter.
Okay.
Tonight, this was from just before I came down. Actually, we were playing catch with the old basketball in the dining room.
Chest pass.
Yeah, and I passed her one that hit her in the chest before she caught it.
oh,
you
she
know?
didn't say right in the boob, did she?
No, Dandy. No. She, but she did something she's been doing a little bit of lately is like kind of making herself cry over something that's not like just to be for the drama of it.
Sure.
Like it didn't really hurt her, at all. But I saw her start to build it up, and even as she was doing it, I tried to make her laugh, and she started to laugh, but then she got back on, I'm upset with Daddy, I'm going to cry now. So off she goes up to her bedroom crying. And earlier in the day, or maybe 20 minutes before this happened, I heard my wife ask her what she wanted to bring for show and tell tomorrow. So as she was up in her bedroom crying, I took my cell phone and put it behind my back. And I knocked on the door, and she goes, yeah! So I opened it up. I said, hey, Jackie. I said, I know something that you can bring to show and tell tomorrow. She goes, what? I whipped out the camera, snapped a picture. I said, picture you crying on the bed.
That's so great.
Oh, she must have been ripping piss.
Oh, she started laughing and then crying again. That's the thing. That's how I know it's not real crying. And then I went back downstairs.
Because that shit was funny, you know it.
It's a mighty fine parenting.
I went downstairs. That didn't break it, though. What broke it was I went downstairs, a few more minutes, came back upstairs with a cheese grater behind my back. And I said, hey, Jackie, I know something you can bring to show and tell. She's like, what? And I whipped out the cheese grater. I said, cheese grater. She started laughing. She couldn't help it.
Yeah. Imagine she did bring
She's
that.
she's a little actress, huh?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is.
She's been hanging out with Uncle Ray, hasn't she?
Yeah, maybe. She's always been interested in
cheese graters.
The media arts, I think. But the first one, taking the picture of her, is funny because then when she wouldn't come around, I pretended that she actually did bring it, and I said some names of her friends at school. I said, I'll call them all John or Jane. I said, ooh, John, look what I brought for show and tell. It's a picture of me crying on the bed. Look, pass it over to Jane. Jane, look at this. Pass it over to our teacher. Teacher, look, it's a picture of me crying on the bed because Daddy hit me in the chest with a basketball.
It's a mighty fine parenting.
Is
That's
it?
good stuff.
Is it, though?
Is it really? I like
She's
that.
going to club you in the knee with a
And
broomstick.
that photo will be on the website.
Oh, it's funny, though. That's how I deal with her.
It's hot up here.
The straight dope.
You don't even know. It's March right now. Imagine how hot it's going to get up here.
We're going to get a secondary air conditioning system for the studio because we can't go through a summer like last year, especially a La Nina summer.
The room that I work in at work has a broken heater that runs all the time. 86 today.
That's awful.
86.
That can be fixed, man.
The heating guy or plumbing and heating was there all day.
They can't figure it out.
No.
They can't. Why is this heater just? You know what you do? Turn it off.
Stay like today, sure.
It doesn't turn off. That's the problem.
Plug the hole. I'm now heating and cooling guy, but I figure I can figure this one out.
Plug the hole.
Yeah. Stuff's coming out. You plug the hole. That's a common occurrence.
Coming up Sunday morning on FingerLakes1.tv.
Sunday.
It is The Evolution with Eric Jensen. And there will be a live studio performance. Will we hear sirens?
Sounds like there's a doings of transpiring in town.
Live performance from the band from Geneva called Darwin. They're going to be live in studio. That's at noon on Sunday. And don't forget Tech Talk Live, 11 a.m. on Saturday. That's an audio-only podcast where you're going to hear some folks talking about tech.
You can call in with your tech problems.
Yes.
And have them solved or possibly not solved. Who knows?
Yeah, both of
See what
those
happens.
are new on the FingerLakes1.com network. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the good fellas from 31st Lap podcast with the racing season underway. They always got a lot to talk about. Great guests. This is Thursday night at 7 p.m. 31st Lap Pod. A lot
also
going on.
Big shout out to Rudy Hayes for sponsoring us tonight. And don't forget, band is playing at Bar sometime. Right.
Be there. Thanks to Rudy Hayes of Bulls Run Inc. Productions, our sponsor. And any parting shot, you guys, before we get up out of here?
Thank you and good night.
Thanks, Rudy. You're the best.
Thank you, Rudy.
Thanks for joining us, you guys.
Email us. Please email us.
info@thesaucepod.com. We're on all the social networks. Look us up.
There's a movie about us called Social Network.
We hope you enjoyed listening to this episode of The Sauce Podcast. Subscribe to our feed at thesaucepod.com. Look for us on iTunes and the Zune Marketplace. Contact us at info@thesaucepod.com. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/thesaucepod. We'll see you next week.
www.fingerlakes1.com